Yes.
Yeah.
This time.
So good.
Is he smoking marijuana?
Chai, y'all. We got
Relax. I wonder would it take me under. I don't know. I don't know how it does. All right, give me 5 seconds and then we're coming back to it.
Getting to it.
Trip Digital presents LA Style Magazine. We're back with Orange Collective.
They are in the house.
The Juice County. But we got 2 other members right here, man. We got my man Vince, and we have Vince.
Yeah.
Yo. In the building, let's give it up for Vince and Winnie. I see he's rocking that New York hat from the OC. What's good, man? What's good? Yo, that's risque. That's risque. So I be rocking mine out there.
I like that, man.
But yo, what's up, fellas, man? So we heard from the other guys, man, and we want to hear from you guys, man. What's your steez?
Man, just doing what we want to do and doing what we have to do at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like business comes first, and play definitely comes after. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how I live my life, day in and day out. You know what I'm saying?
Business first and play after.
What is the business?
Speaking of,
What is the business?
Yeah.
What is the business?
What is the business?
Yeah.
What isn't the business? Just doing what you got to do. Priorities. You got to prioritize. You got to do what makes you wealthy. Do what makes you happy, and do what you got to do first, and then after that, do the extra. You feel me?
well, speaking of business first, what was your inspiration behind the marathon?
Oh shit.
Okay, that seems like a lot of business.
Yeah,
Once a week.
Once a week.
That's
man.
a lot.
It feels like a marathon, man. It really does feel like a marathon. But to me, I've dropped 6 projects, and I've noticed a trend that when I drop anything that's more than 1 track or 2 or 3 tracks, people start to listen to the beginning, and the plays or the views, they like digress as it goes. And I don't blame people, because that's just how the mentality of consumption is in media now. So I kind of just realized, drop each song and people will take it for each song for what it is, and none of it will get slept on. You know what I mean?
So for people who don't know the marathon, you're literally dropping one a week.
Per week.
And are
Every
you
Wednesday.
still doing that? And for how long were you doing that for?
That actually started, I'm on week 7 starting Wednesday.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I got a lot.
That's a lot of content.
I got a lot in the stash too, so I'm not too worried about it.
Still got to
Once I get to the end of it, I got like 2 in the bank. I'm gonna be kind of tripping, but
Yeah.
you know, we make music every day out here, so it's cool. It's
So
a part.
you're
It's a
good.
part of my life. Yeah, I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Every day we can.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Um,
So we should go to Vin then.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man? Hey, thank you so much for having us, by the way. You know, you guys are really awesome people in the building right now, man. It's making
You can tell.
from everybody, you know.
You see us. Thank you.
I mean, talking about business, you got to figure out your fundamentals, you know. And growing up, my grandma was really a big part of it, you know.
Margarita.
You know what I mean? Like, she is the best influence I had in my life, and directing where I want to be right now in my career. I think the best part about it is the whole brand on our side, to me, is let me bring you to paradise. Because I'm a beach boy, you know, like I was from the islands. So I know how that feel is. And everyone in the city is always so rushed. You know, you ever had that feeling like it's 5 a.m., but you're already living your 8 a.m. You know, I want you to feel that you could take a break. You know, stop by, smell the roses. You could stop by, smoke a blunt. Like, at the end of the day, but what I'm trying to say is, you got to enjoy your life the way you want to do it. That's what Versus is about. We're against all odds because we want to take you to paradise. I want to take you to paradise where no one else would be like, oh man, he's doing that. No, do whatever you want, man. Make yourself happy.
So it's like the power of the mindset. Because that's who's going to take you where you need to go if you're positive.
Yeah.
Right?
Because through all odds.
And the power of now in the moment, of nowness. Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of paradise, you're from the Philippines.
Originally, yeah.
That seems like paradise to me.
But I mean, me and Will got something cooking up. I mean, we got something real special. Well, we'll announce that later on. But I mean,
Later on. In
You
the
gotta
show?
drop something.
Yeah.
Like what?
And
You can't be coming in here not dropping nuggets, man.
You gotta tell them something.
So, okay.
Later on.
So we're
nah.
dropping a Filipino and pretty much a multilingual track from me and Wim, and we're gonna drop it pretty much and do the promo from OC, LA, US to the Philippines.
Ooh,
Awesome.
nice.
So this is a beginning project for the whole collective. I mean, I'm gonna start getting into different lanes, but like I said, I'm all about paradise.
Mhm. Have you felt that you faced any
Paradise.
challenges being Asian in this type of music?
That was one of the hurdles I had to pretty much set my mindset to where it's at right now. You know, when you look at it, you don't look at the music. You close your eyes and listen to the music. You know, there goes my influences. And also when you're talking to people, you look at the person to see, but what do you hear? You know, there's 5 different levels of connection that you could do with people. And if I can connect with you with just my voice, you'll see the rest after. You'll see that you could just kick it with me, kick it with the squad. And you don't have to be like, oh, I don't am I being too shy? No, bro, just express yourself.
But you kind of you got a real push from the beat. So. But I want to say, you know, if you as an artist, do you feel that you still got a responsibility within what you speak, what you say? Your vibe is so laid back, but still, do you have a responsibility?
Every day.
Okay,
Like,
and what is that?
I'm the eldest of 4 boys, you know, so that goes far from my foundation.
Mhm.
So even though I'm laid back, when it comes to work, I give more than 168%. Just because you only have this moment. You only have this shot. And that's the Kobe mentality. Like, the Mamba mentality is so hard that you only see yourself in the mirror. No one else. You know, when you realize that you're happy, that you could do things on your own and be laid back and still push the work, you're gonna hit them J's all day.
That's the flow.
I love the basketball reference. You know, that's sweet, baby.
And I love how you brought up responsibility and what you're doing, because someone could see being, you know, Asian in a space that you don't see a lot of Asian people as a liability, but you turned it into an asset by what you're doing now.
Pretty much.
Because now, who in the hip hop or R&B or, you know, whatever is doing OC, LA, USA, Philippines, Duolingo? Like, so you used what could have been a liability and turned it into an asset.
Pretty
and I think
much.
that goes back to what you were saying about responsibility.
Yes.
You're showing all those Asian kids you aren't stuck in one box. You can do what you want to do.
Let's go.
Pretty
Push
much.
it. Let's go.
BS, you know.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And where you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah, where you from?
714, baby.
Wait, what's the 714?
What's the 714? You want to know what the 714 is? Okay.
What's the
Hey,
411?
don't get on it just because you don't know. Let her know what's up with that.
Educate me. I'm sure there's people out there listening and watching who don't know.
Well, I know there's people out there because we worldwide. So
Hey, let me show you something.
714.
You see that? Hey, you see that?
Well, okay, so there's a 714 on your heart. So that's to the heart.
It's
So
over
what's
my
up?
heart.
Is that where the Tropicana is headquartered?
It's
714.
awesome or some shit. Disneyland. Simply Orange or something.
Simply Orange.
714. It's next up. It's next up. It's Orange County to be specific. I don't know if is it the whole Orange County? Because I know like 949s and shit too. But I'm specifically from 714. It's just where I'm from. It's in my blood. I bleed orange. Period. 714 all day.
Nice.
Can you tell us a little bit about the culture in Orange County? Because I'm from Florida, born in New York, Miami, California's new, kind of 8 years. But OC is like, it's a drive, right? So like I stay in K-Town, I stay downtown Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
So, but from the outside, me not understanding anything that much about Orange County, I I didn't know that there's like this
It's-
culture to OC. I thought honestly OC everybody was Caucasian for the most part.
Yeah.
And excuse my ignorance, but I'm speaking for in generalization.
Yeah.
So how do you speak to the culture that is in OC that people don't know about?
It's not just Caucasians. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
actually
clear, but-
it's actually there's a lot of different cultures.
What is the
lot of
culture
them.
like over there? Like, what was
in
your
Orange County, growing up in
Yeah.
Orange County, every single city in Orange County is different. Like you have Orange, which is super like Caucasian and super safe, and then you got Santa Ana and Anaheim right next to it. That's like mostly like Mexicans. So it really just depends on where you are, like in Orange County. But the best way to explain Orange County in the 714 is just really laid back. A lot of people say it's a bubble, but they say it with like a negative connotation, but it's kind of a good thing because it's like a getaway from everything, but it's really like a stone's throw from where it's popping, really popping. But what we're trying to do as a collective is bring it into the 714 and make sure 714 is known when we come to these radio stations next to LA. You know what I mean? So that's just the main goal, is put it on the map next to everything else.
So I ask you if we want to chime in within this as well. What is it that the collective is trying to say? What are y'all trying to say as a crew, as a group, or as individuals? But what are you trying to say? Because you keep saying you're repping 714, and I got you. But what are you trying to say? What are you trying to tell me that I need to know? So when that comes up and I hear 714, oh shit, that pops in my mind. That's what it was trying to tell me. I got it. So within your music.
Look, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna let Fully tell you about that. I gotta.
Get in here, Will.
Yeah.
Show them the bag too.
Come on, man.
Show them the cop house.
I gotta.
Here's the thing.
I know this dude.
Yeah. Shout out to Sammy.
Willie's like the mayor of Orange County for sure.
I'm trying. Yeah. Well, I think there's a cultural shift that's happening in Orange County right now, and how the brainchild kind of happened, to answer your question, is that everyone has a LA versus everybody, Detroit versus everybody. Instead of a song about like, yo, we're the best, we wanted to talk about a song. That's why you're hearing the record coming together.
Yeah.
Like I popped in with the juice sound, bass booming, yes, playing loud. You know, cowabunga with the, like, we want you to feel the energy of unity and collaboration happening. So that's why the course is, that's why it took so long in the course. And I wrote it while I was like working out, and I'm like, yo, this song is not for me. It's bigger than me. It's like for the whole town. So I found these guys and I was like, yo, you ready to make history? And like, it organically, like, just happened. It was really God's plan, how everything was able to manifest and really come together. And so, and we're making this first step. I believe that more people will see Orange County, like you said, you didn't know about it. Almost like how Canada, I feel like we're about to pop the bubble right now, and this record could pop the bubble. And I just believe that if you put it out there, you know, in as much as a positive way and as much as a professional way, you know, if you build it, they'll come.
And if you guys had a tagline, it would be strength and inclusion. That's
Strength and-
basically what I heard you say.
Strength and inclusion.
Like, just if you wanted to do in 3 words, Orange Collective, our mission is strength and inclusion.
Strength and inclusion. Yeah, strength and inclusion. And showing people that, like you said, there's so much diversity.
Mhm.
That's why if you hear in all the verses, it's different perspectives happening in Orange County at the same time.
I have a quick question. Who said on the track, "You're welcome"?
That was me. That was me.
Okay, I lived when you said that. I was into it. I was like, "You girl!" Like, I lived for that moment. I felt included.
Oh, bro.
Did you steal that from Moana?
No, actually.
No, I'm serious because I watched
That's
Moana.
my life motto.
No.
This is not a joke thing. This is like
To be
I love that movie.
to be
Yes.
That shit goes
I
hard.
hate to burst everybody's bubble, but I got it from Yeezy.
Oh, okay.
Because
welcome.
at all the concerts, he's always like, it's like at the same time, we got to be cocky about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Word.
we're from Orange County, but like, yo, like, we got skill out here. Like, this is not a game.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not here to play like this record's fun and nice, but we're here to like be some chart, like some platinum records, some like we're breaking out artists with this song.
Yeah.
That's why we took so much time and energy. That's why I told you, yo, I got something for you. This is the first time we in LA premiering this interview. Like not in the history of Orange County has there been 4 artists. We do the video, we did a record. We taken 6 months going to a studio. You know, one person was on the record. The battles that kind of happened while we were going through this to make this happen is so much bigger than even this room. And so I think that I feel that, and I know that when you hear that first like cadence when it comes in, you just know like, yo, this is different. It's not what's on the radio, but it can be on the radio. We all felt that. We're like, yo, this is something. And like when I looked at Zammy when I did the chorus, he's like, yo, that's the one. And everyone that's heard it is like, yo, and it's crazy when you test like the record, you're like, we haven't got that many bad reviews, you know what I mean? Where normal songs like, man, that song's just for you. Yeah. You just did it for yourself. But when you did it, you did something for others. I think something bigger happened.
I vibes with that, man. When's the video coming out? Because
okay, I got you. So single. I want to know too. Shout out to Jacob for it. For Divisions by Jake for making this happen. The visuals happen in March, but we're dropping the record February. There'll be single release party. We're doing a mansion. Thanks to Vince's plug, we're doing a mansion video release party pretty soon. We really want people to understand like, yo, it's a family thing. Like we're really big on family in this group. And I always say at the end of everything, blessings and waves, because that's what the energy that you're gonna feel through any of us. Like when
I like that, blessings in waves.
Yeah,
I like that. It just makes me feel real warm. Like it's just it's just good.
Let it wash over you.
Every day.
Every day. We're trying to catch up like bro.
It's like a reverb. It's like a reverb. I like that, man.
That's awesome. Yeah. You're welcome.
Fun fact about the record is I wasn't supposed to rap. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I was not supposed to rap at the end of the song. I didn't know if you guys knew who that was at the end of the song because I didn't sing about. That's me. That is me. And if you listen to the record, you'll hear like subtle like codes that I'm putting out there. Google. Of what plan and I've talked to Journey kind of about it. What plan? This is just like one of many plans, and that's why I said, "Yo, Orange Collective, we the new Google."
You've been talking to the man about the Matrix over here, huh?
Yeah, so it's also bigger. It's like reprogramming the look to be, we don't have to dress certain ways to like present ourselves. We're reprogramming and we're breaking through the matrix of the culture by bringing all these diverse people together, and no big guys and no little U's. So, this is definitely a big shift, a big wave for the culture. Right?
I mean, you are your brand, you yourself as your brand. Once you find that yourself, that's it. Once you're comfortable enough, build it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was you going to touch upon, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You said you had something good. Good.
We get sidetracked. We always get sidetracked. Every meeting, we always get shit just
our group chat.
For real, bro.
Wait, whose project is dropping?
I think I answered his question.
Yeah.
I think there was a question real quick I want to address about how it all came together and how like it all happened. So it's cool. Hey, I was gonna come until they switch, but it's organic this way. It's organic this way. So like I was thinking to myself like about a year ago, record to represent Orange County, and I was like, yo, what artists do I know that could present this to the culture? And I was like, yo, I was working with Vince, and we was making waves and doing events and shows, and I was like, yo, okay, we got to take this to the next level. So then I always was working with Zammy or Zamir, and then I started working with Speak Life, and then they were like, yo, you got to meet this cat named Wim. Like, yo, he's making waves like on the low tide, and I was like, man, I don't know a cat named Wim. And as soon as I saw him, like the energy was just there, the love was just there. We get in the studio. Originally, it was going to be about this bag I have on, which is the orange and the wave. And if you look at it closely, that's OC. Creatively, emoji talk or whatever. And then when I realized when we finished like the totality of the art piece, that this was so much bigger than a bag, that this was more so like an offering to like the culture, an offering to the world, an offering to our parents and our folks, and just something we wanted to leave for like others to hear for years to come. And after that, I was like, we got to do a video, because you can't just leave it out there like that. And once we were able to do the video, once we were able to shoot the video, we just knew that the song was just going to be that much more epic. So that was the process. It took about, I want to say about good 2-3 months to finish the whole kind of thing, the track, the vocal, and the videos. And yeah, now we're here, and that's why I was like, I had to give you something special when I came back.
Yeah. And here's the thing, man. I live in Orange County as well. I moved from New York to Orange County. I skipped over LA this time. But being out there, I know that there's talent out there, but there's something that's missing. And you guys know that there's something missing. It's what you guys are doing. Collective, getting together and deciding that you want to do this. This is bigger than us. You guys are entering the music world, which is Long Beach, LA, New York, all of that. It's just you lose your territory when you get into the music world. So I just want to say that, man. I mean, as much as y'all want to put it on the map, just do good and put together. You know, when you do that, that automatically just happens.
Yeah.
Along with that same point, what you're saying, Journey, I'm a little older than most of y'all up in this, but at the end of the day, when you look back, and I'm looking at music, in the 80s and 70s, when they were tackling, stopping the violence, and they were, trying to get consciousness together and different things. So now we got a collective here. So what is that thing that you guys want to tackle in your culture? I mean, in the culture now, as a millennials, most of y'all are millennials, I would say, or just right there. So what is it that you want to tackle? Is it that you want to say that you want to leave to the next generation behind you? Because like mine was stop the violence. We were out there. Unity was one of our things. And I hear you guys speaking about unity, and maybe the way that you come about it is something, different than how we was doing it. Because we was raw. We didn't know what the fuck. We were just trying to stand up because we kept getting knocked down. But you have a different groove now. You guys have a collective, and it's a lot of different ethnicities in here. It's a lot of different loves and flavors, looks. There's all kind of differences in here, and y'all got opportunity to lay something down. So I want to know, what is it that you guys are going to do as a collective? How are you going to, lay down this foundation for this next generation?
I feel like it's beautiful that you. Sorry, I'm so comfortable right now, like I'm at church. I feel like y'all, what we about to do. I feel like what you said, it answered the question within itself. Is that no matter what difference that you have, you can leave an impact on the culture.
Absolutely.
That you are enough. That you can shift the culture from your city. Like Journey said, you don't have to leave it necessarily, but be aware of what's happening in the space that's around you.
Right.
And that is enough. And that you are enough. And that no matter how many likes or retweets or people that comment on your music song, or you should do this or you shouldn't do this, whatever creative space that you're in, do it with the intent to change somebody's life. We made this record to change somebody's life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Change lives, baby.
Yeah.
Always.
I felt God with that right now. I felt a chill.
Always.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan, and I want to see this work, man. And whatever I can do to make this work, I'm gonna do my best to put it out there. And this is a platform for you guys. But I want to say once again, once you press send and you upload, the world is watching.
Everybody.
So I'm gonna bring a little bit more worldly vibe to the OC. I'm gonna take everybody out of their zone, and we're gonna get into this world zone, because if we're trying to change lives, we can't look beside each other. We got to look on the other side. Like, what is Japan feeling? All right, cool. Let's do this for Japan. Let's do this for London. because they're looking at us like, wow, these guys are from America. So it's time for us to look at people overseas like they're from another planet or something like that. But we can vibe to them. We can speak to them because American hip hop is American hip hop. You're a part of it.
Yeah, I think
LA
that,
is not an enemy.
and I feel like that's
New York is not an enemy. We're together.
and I feel like that's what makes us different at the gate of it.
Yeah.
Is that each and every person is a different color.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come out differently as the viewer hears the music,
Mhm.
they sonically hears the music, and they visually see it. And I believe that exactly what you're saying. Act global, but think global. Act local, but think global. At
Absolutely.
all times. And
Absolutely. And that's what's going to get you guys noticed. They're going to be like, wow, I thought these guys was from somewhere else. Because, my man, you guys got influences. So you're going to sound like what you're inspired by. And that's going to be New York. That's going to be a little LA in there. There's going to be a lot of influences there. So I don't necessarily wouldn't say when I listen to Orange County music, like, wow, I'm listening to the OC. I'm listening to Anaheim or something like that. I'm listening to people that love music. That's it. And I can hear the influences.
And
So
And I love that you guys all do look different and you have like different nationalities and races because representation really matters. So when people globally look at you, they're not trying to imitate you. They see themselves in you. So then they go back to what you were saying is that I am enough. I don't have to pretend to be like somebody else's culture to feel validated because I see myself within that culture.
Yeah. What I hear is local leaders from the OC County, like local leaders, but global pioneers within your industry. That's my takeaway. Yeah.
And could I add a little season to that sauce, baby?
Oh, preacher right here.
I want to hear this from Orange County. I'm dope as fuck. I just so happen to be from Orange County.
Big facts.
Yeah.
I'm dope. Whoa. I'm dope. But I'm from the O. That's it. That's it.
Look, I want to say this, man. Look, so after high school, I had the privilege of spending 7 years in Toronto, Canada. And I got weekends come up, also Drake's come up, all that stuff. And what I want to say is when Drake was coming out into the scene, he wasn't coming out as Toronto. He came out as him first. And that's how I see all of this. Like I see us coming out as us, but we're stronger together.
Yeah.
And we can put on for Orange County from wherever that takes us. But at the end of the day, we are still the creators of all of this. So there's no limitation of Orange County music. There's no, I don't want to put Orange County in a box. I would never do that because it's too diverse to do that. And so I guess I'm not going to speak for y'all because I don't know, but at the same damn time, it's the same shit, bro. We're all out here just trying to make the music that we were influenced, like take our influences and put out the best music that we possibly can. And at the end of the day and just say, oh yeah, and we from Orange County.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because people are going to ask, like, yo, where you from?
Where you
I'm
from?
Orange County. It's like, damn.
I don't need to tell you it
Yeah.
until I make that more apparent. So that's where I'm at with it. And I think that
respect.
No, I think like what you said, man. At the end of the day, the music speaks. Everything else is second. So.
And what's nice about it is we all have our own sound. You know, we all have our own lane, but we have the
main thing that I think that we all blend together beautifully when we put the track together. But I think the only obstacle sometimes that my peers run into is the fact that I cannot get on a track if there's curse words in it or if there's derogatory there's a derogatory message in it. So every time Zammy and I would we just go in the studio, we vibe out, we can make a song, write, record, mix and master about an hour and a half, and it's nothing. But he had to get out of his comfort zone to get on these tracks with me. And that's like my standard. I set that standard. I was like, I don't care who it is. I don't care if the OG himself, Nas, is like, yo, I'm getting on the track. I'm like, yo, Nas, man, I love you, bro. I respect you. You're a legend, bro. But if you curse, man, I can't get on the track with you. That's just something. I was like, if I can't play the track for my mother, I can't do the track. So I think that's literally the only thing that we run into. But other than, and I think it's the main thing. So other than that, because when they get together, they can do whatever they want. But I'm just like, I just want to throw that.
Well, I'll say this.
in the beginning, it was an inconvenience, but now it's more something that's helped me get out of my comfort zone. And rather than me looking at it from that perspective of me being like, damn, it's more so like, okay, that's a challenge. Let's make it happen type thing. So I've learned to flip that. I'll still tease you forever, though. You know that, and I still will.
And that's okay.
And I'm not going to stop because I love you, and that comes from my heart. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I think that your driving force is unity, but from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, there has to be a leader that's driving the vision. And
I would say with me, I always kind of I don't come from a place. I'm not a leader that comes from a place of control. I'm a macro manager, and I lead by example, and I kind of lead the way. I'm like, yo, this is the next wave, and they follow suit. And then if someone's kind of lagging out, like I go to them like, yo, what's going on, and kind of come at in a heart of love, and not in a point of force, like, yo, I'm the guy. And that's why, if you notice, I did the interview the way I did, because it's not about me. It's not about Mr. Fully. It's about Orange County. It's about the Orange Collective. It's about these guys, that story that needs to be put out. And then if my story happens to get out, so be it. But it's a moment in time that happened. And I just want to be a part of the picture that's happening in real time.
I can see Fully actually being the leader of this pack, because he was the one who put this idea and was like, yo, let's all get together. And so
we came up with the idea. Him and I came up with the name, but he had came up with the name prior to.
Yeah, he had Orange Collective. He already had it. He was already sitting on Orange Collective.
So like 2 years ago in college, I came up with the name Orange Collective, and I had the same thing, bringing creatives together at Cal State Fullerton. That didn't happen, obviously. And I was like, yo, that was a me idea. That wasn't like a God idea. And then like this happened, and then I was texting Zamir, and he was like, bro, we should call it the Orange Collective. And I was like, that was the chill moment.
We had not talked about this.
I never told him. That was like, man, that's a trash idea. Don't use it. And I was like, yo, now it's the time, because God blessed it, and so we're here. You know.
Once we said it, we knew it was real. Because he had told me, he was like, yo, we like, this is something that I had thought about. And then when I had said it, he was like, bro, and this happens pretty frequently when him and I get on the phone. It's very synchronistic. So we always have these moments where we're just like, bro, that's what I was thinking. And then so the fact that happened, that was our initial in with this, just let us know that it was that time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yo, I fight for you guys, man. I have a little testimony. When I first met you, Willie, through Kazari, we talked, we sat down, we connected. You sent me a contract. I signed it because it was a partnership. Yeah. I understood that, okay, all of these goals are not going to be reached if they don't have my mind, his mind, his mind, his mind. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and sign this because I believed in what you were saying. Right. And I knew that Orange County needed a guy like you to actually bring people together. It always takes, it takes one person to see everyone's talent, and then everybody groups up, and then they make things happen like this, man. So can we get a hand clap for this, man? Because you're amazing, bro. Like, you're amazing. Yeah.
So yeah, by the way, Vinsanity has some projects. We got popping right now. Just want to say.
Oh yeah, Vincent. Get off stage. I said my part.
No. Stay up there, guys. Stay over there for a second. Because I want to kind of get into some. I know, as we move through our show and we get to some things, I want to try this a little different. Because I want to know, as a collective, what is your superpower? As a collective.
Can we huddle?
Not an individual, but as a collective.
Can we answer that? Put that over there.
Oh, huddles. I like this. Doom, 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 doom.
Doop, 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 doop.
I harmonized with you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Wait, did you say one word?
One word.
Superpower.
One word. What is your superpower?
Collective.
See, I couldn't do the individual on this one, because this collective is awesome, man. I want to see if they can come up with just one word. one word that describes who they are.
I think we got it.
All right.
Man, pull that mic in.
Put that mic in. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna ask this
So
question.
you guys are gonna have to say it together.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna ask this question one more time. One more time. So, as a collective, we want everybody to know out there what OC is about and what your superpower is.
Okay. On three. One, two, three.
Gratitude and versatility.
All right. Okay.
We sounded like Color Me Bad right there. Like, I'm not even. Y'all know.
Nice. I like that, guys. I really like that, and I can see that, and I can really, I can vibe with it, and definitely, I know our listeners can understand what you're saying because every single thing that you guys have said leads up to that, man. So we want to thank you, man. Be blessed, everybody, man. And I'm really, really looking towards some strong situations coming out of the OC. All right, from the collective. Let's put it on the map. Let's keep it blowing up, man. So we can, we can start this. All you gotta do is just drop that pebble in the water. It's gonna create rings. So just let it move. Just let it go. All right, do you?
Wow.
Blessing wave.
And you guys are.
Pebble in the water, it gives waves. Come on, listen.
Blessing wave.
Blessings and waves.
Yes, indeed.
And I gotta say, Willie, you're a resident here, man. So I want to know every time you guys drop, man, just come back and talk about it because
For sure, man. We'll definitely come here with the fresh content, and we'll make sure bring it here to Trip Digital Radio first.
yes.
Are you guys on Instagram? Where can we find you?
Okay, y'all, you guys gotta give your handles. Everybody.
Instagram. Wim_the_musician. Wim is WIIM. Check me out.
WIIM.
W. Back up like this.
No, take your hand off.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm used to performing, bro. Hands up. Hey, look. All right. Wim the musician. So it's WIIM_the_musician. Instagram.
Wim.
I'm everywhere.
Speaking of projects, man, I got 2 coming out in February and March, so stay tuned. We'll definitely be talking about. My Instagram handle is VYNZANITY. It's Vinzanity, Vince versus. You already know.
So guys, I go by Young Knobs. Instagram. Instagram is at Young Knobs without the O, so YUNGNAVZ. Yeah.
Shout out to Young Navs. He's gonna be a very instrumental part of pushing out the wave and the content that we have coming. So look for him to be coming soon. Mr. Fully, Mr. Dot Fully. We got Merlot coming. Want some wine talk type music, some R&B OC coming very soon.
Who's on the track though, bro?
We got Zamir and myself on the track, and I also have a track with Vince Sandy called The Ave. So yeah.
No. Well, you ain't. You did.
All right, man. So I actually I just rebranded from Zammy Music that was ZAMI Music, and I decided to embrace my real name and my roots and all that. So now I go by NBL Zamir, and that stands for Nothing But Love. NBL, Nothing But Love. Zamir, ZAMEER. M as in Maria because I love my Latinas.
Not mad at you.
I go by Speak Life 310. Speak Life 310. Speak Life 310.
Drill it in.
SpeakLifeWorld.com. SpeakLifeWorld.com. Speak Life 310.
And then also an orange_collective. That's where you're gonna see a lot of the updates about the music, the song, the CD, the single release party, and also the music video release party as well. So thank you.
It is.
Also, I hacked Rich the Kid's account.
He's iconic, bro. No. Let me be real. This man right here is so famous. He's the first to really pop from Orange County. Young Navs right here popped.
You gotta do it.
Rich the Kid. So we gonna crack the matrix for this joint right here. He gonna help us crack the system. So
I don't know why I'm talking about.
Google it. Young Navs. No O, YUNG, NAVZ. Yeah.
Well, they are content.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, yo.
Content creator. Let's get it.
Yo. Thank you guys. Thank you for
Thank you guys for
coming.
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward.
There you have it. Trip Digital Radio presents LA Style Magazine.
A lot of love in here, man.
Staying good
A lot
life
of
coming out.
love. A lot of love in the building, man. Thank you really for always showing love fully.
man.
We're out. Trip Digital Radio. We'll see you next week.
Can you grab me my phone right there, please?